What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I know that it's been, I believe, a month or if not a little less that I did a video, similar to this one or like this one. I've stayed active with uploading shorts, but now I'm gonna do one of these videos, and just like the title reads, I'm gonna jump straight to it. I'm gonna go ahead and give my final prediction before today's fight or tonight's fight. I'm sorry, Keyshawn Davis versus Denys Berinchyk. I'm gonna go ahead and give my final thoughts on the upcoming showdown. So we have a young, hungry fighter in Keyshawn Davis. First world title shot. I'm gonna say that I started watching him when he first debuted in the professional rankings, and then of course he had the privilege of already being a professional fighter and getting the opportunity to fight at the 2021 Tokyo Olympics, which took place in Tokyo due to the pandemic that we had going on during the year of 2020. So he had the privilege of representing the USA in the Olympics, coming home with the silver medal, and ever since his career just skyrocketed up to the top, and now he's getting the opportunity to fight for a world title, an opportunity that very few fighters or very few kids ever accomplish in the world. There's thousands or even millions of kids that step into the gym with a dream of one day becoming world champions for various reasons. Some of them don't continue, or some of them just never make it, and he is one of them that he's getting the opportunity of a lifetime. Getting to achieve the ultimate status of being a boxer, which is fighting for a world title, and I do believe he comes out victorious. He's gonna go up against I guess you could say, a semi-veteran opponent in Denys Berinchyk. He is I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right. I believe is Denys or Dennis. Um, he's been tested. He is the champion for a reason. I The first time I actually saw him fight was I fought. I'm sorry. I saw him fight live. That was the first time that I saw him fight. It was against Emmanuel Navarrete when he fought for the vacated title at 135. I believe it was Haney who had left the title vacated after he moved up in weight. And I drove down to San Diego to watch the event, and that was the first time I saw Berinchyk fight. Before that, I had never heard of him. I know now that he is also a silver medalist in the Olympics. But prior to that, I had never seen him fight. I had never heard of him. He wasn't a big name. Like some fighters happen to have a big name, a big following. He wasn't one of those fighters. He got known, or he got brought onto the scenes once it was confirmed that he was going to be fighting Navarrete for the title. And I will be honest that he did surprise me. I was not expecting that, actually. I thought that Navarrete would beat him convincingly, and that he would win his title, or he would win a title in his fourth weight class. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. It was actually it was a good week for the Ukrainians. Earlier that same day, Usyk would become a disputed by beating Tyson Fury in the first fight. So, congratulations to the Ukrainians. So they pulled it off that week, and to Berinchyk more than anything, he showed why he belonged in there, and why he is the champion now. I do believe that Keyshawn Davis beats him convincingly. It's never good to overlook an opponent, or to underestimate an opponent. Just like Berinchyk in his previous fight with Navarrete. I'm sure a lot of people, including myself, believe that Navarrete would pull it off, and he pulled off the surprise. The upset, and came out victorious. I know that Navarrete is a moved up in weight from super featherweight to lightweight. I know that's sometimes, or that's something that can be brought up, but I am aware of that. And although Navarrete is quite a big boy for the super featherweight division, just recently when he fought Valdez in the rematch, you saw during the weigh-ins that he looked pretty dry. He looked like he did struggle to make the weight. But moving up in weight, although you could say, okay, well, maybe moving up to lightweight, 5 pounds of a difference would maybe benefit him, that he doesn't have to cut so much weight. That sometimes can be true, but you also got to keep in mind that although you can have to cut less weight, there's bigger fighters at 135. 5 pounds does make a difference, and that could have been the reason why Navarrete wasn't able to pull off the performance that he maybe expected to pull off, or most of us thought that he would pull off. But Berinchyk got the job done, and he is a champion now. Back to the back to the fight that's gonna go down tonight. I do believe Keyshawn Davis pulls it off. I'm not sure in what fashion. If he stops him, if he outclasses him, if it's a split or a majority decision. But I do believe that he he is gonna be the new world champion later tonight. Um, I've seen him fight. I followed most of his career, and let me just say that he is the real deal. I think he is the real deal. I think he is that next guy that's gonna be the next superstar. Do I think that he's ready for someone like Tank Davis? Probably not. Although once and if he becomes world champion later tonight, I still don't think that the right idea by his promoter or manager would be to throw him in against a guy like Tank, for the reason being that he hasn't fought anybody of the caliber of Tank. I think Tank has already been tested multiple times with fighters that have been more accomplished than Keyshawn Davis, and fighters that probably punch harder than Keyshawn Davis. So I don't think it would be the smartest move for his promoter manager to agree to sign up for a fight against Tank. It kind of reminds me of Fernando Vargas when he fought Felix Trinidad. Although Fernando Vargas already had a few title defenses under his belt before he fought Trinidad, it was still pretty early for him. Kind of like in the same situation where Keyshawn and Tank find themselves in right now. Tank is a seasonal champion. He's a veteran champion. He has been tested. He is the real deal. I don't think that Keyshawn is ready just yet for a guy like Tank. Maybe I would say wait about a year or two, 2 years, 2 years at least before before the unification with Tank happens. I do think that Tank is gonna be at that division for a couple of years or maybe the rest of his career. He is a natural lightweight, so I don't see himself moving up in weight anytime soon or at all, actually. So I do think that the unification matches are gonna take place. I guess you could say it was kind of unfortunate that we didn't get to see some of the fights, or that we still haven't seen some of the fights when there was four names in the lightweight division. We had Ryan Garcia, Tank, Devin Haney, and Teofimo Lopez. A lot of people were symbolizing them as the next four kings. Kind of like in the '80s of Roberto Duran, Leonard, Hagler, and Hearns. A lot of people were thinking that it could have been I don't want to say the reincarnation, but we could have seen something similar again. Where those four guys fought each other. A lot of people thought, including myself, that maybe we could get all these matchups. We did get a few of them. We got to see Tank versus Ryan. Catch weights and rehydration clauses were added. We saw Haney versus Ryan. We did not get to see Teofimo versus Haney or Teofimo versus Tank. Funny actually, Tank was in that group, and now he's gonna be in the new group that's now at the lightweight division. Now that Shakur Stevenson moved up, William Cepeda is now making some noise under his name. We got Keyshawn Davis that's looking to be in the mix with those guys once he wins his title. And of course, Lomachenko, he's still a live dog. You never want to count that guy out. The old man can always pull out a final trick out of his hat. So you never want to count that guy out. We did get to see Haney and Teofimo go up against Lomachenko. Both close fights. A lot of people believe that Loma pulled off both of them. Some people think that maybe he could be 1-1, that he beat Haney but lost to Teofimo. Or I've heard others say that he did end up losing to Haney and also Lopez. So it was close. They were close fights. So we did get to see two of those young fighters at that time fight a legend in Teofimo, and in Lomachenko. So he's still a live dog. You never want to count the guy out. I think that he still has enough in his tank to give a Tank or a guy like Shakur a run for their money. We do have another fight coming up for an interim title, which is the interim for the organization that Loma represents, which is the IBF. We have out of the Robert Garcia Boxing Academy, we have Raymond Murataya fighting Zaud Abdullayev. So that's another matchup that could possibly, the winner of that could be also in the mix with those guys. So Murataya, Loma, Keyshawn, Shakur, William Cepeda, Tank. Those six guys could get in there and mix it up with one another. I heard Cepeda's having or it hasn't been confirmed, but I've seen social media images that Cepeda could possibly be having a rematch with Tevin Farmer, and then possibly after that, Shakur has his title defense coming up with Floyd Schofield, And then after that, since Cepeda holds the interim title, he should be fighting Shakur for the full title. There shouldn't be any reason why the fight doesn't get made. I think that's the next fight to happen within the WBC at the lightweight division. Tank has his title defense coming up with Lamont Roach. Keyshawn has his title fight coming up with Berinchyk and Loma. I've heard things that he might retire, that he might not. But if he does end up retiring, the winner of Muratay and Abdullah will get promoted to full champion. And we can get those matchups that we didn't get to see, or that we didn't see all of them when Teofimo and Haney and Ryan were all in the lightweight division. Like I said, we got to see some of them. We got to see a couple of those guys go up against Lomachenko, but we didn't get to see all those matches where one fights another, and then the two winners fight each other, and the guys that ended up losing they fight one another to get a shot at the winner of the first two. So like I said, a lot of people thought that maybe that could have been I don't want to say the reincarnation, but that we could have seen something similar like in the 80s. I myself thought that could have happened. Unfortunately it didn't, or we didn't get to see all those matches. But now I think that little by little boxing is coming back. We're getting these big fights again. Just recently we had Benavides versus Morel, which I think was a great fight. We have the rematch of Beterbiev and Bivol coming up, and then the winner of that should be facing Benavides. So little by little, we're getting there. Little by little, boxing is coming back. I hope that these future champions in the lightweight division get to mix it up with one another, get a unified titles. Cepeda versus Shakur, and then the winner could unify against Tank. If Murataya or Abdullah beat, if whoever comes out victorious out of the five, Loma doesn't decide to defend and retires, they get promoted to full status. Maybe one of them could get in there with Shakur or fight with him Cepeda, or they're both with Top Ring actually. If let's say Murataya beats Abdullah for the IBF title, the interim title, and Loma decides to retire, if let's say Murataya wins, he could be facing Keyshawn for the unification there. Murataya isn't as tested as Tank Davis. He's not as seasonal as Davis, so that could be a little more evenly matched before Keyshawn or Murataya decide to go the route that would get him to face Tank Davis. So we all want to see these unification matches, but you also got to keep in mind that it's a business. It's also a business, so you don't want to throw unprepared fighters you don't want to throw fighters into the lions when they could still be tamed a little more. So I think that would be a smarter move for Keyshawn Davis and his team to do if we go to see these matchups. If we get the unification matches that we all want to see. I myself want to see them, and I think it starts tonight once Keyshawn fights Berinchyk. I believe it's tomorrow or not next week where Shakur fights Schofield. They unify, and then I believe in March we have Tank fighting Lamont Roach. So once these title defenses and title challenges get out the way, we should be getting the unification matches. So there should be no reason why these matches don't come up or these matches don't get made. It's only gonna bring boxing back. It's only gonna bring boxing back to its glory days, and that's the kind of fights that we need. That's the kind of fights that we need to keep the sport alive. And I hope they get made. Yeah, that's it for today. I wanted to touch base on my thoughts on the Keyshawn Davis versus Berinchyk fight upcoming tonight, and also on the future of the lightweight division, how the title just reads. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll keep you guys posted, because there is no videos that I'm gonna be posting, that I'm gonna be uploading. And yeah, I have a lot more to show you. Like I keep saying, little by little, I'm gonna be bringing in new content. So stay tuned, because it's coming your way. All right, peace out.